What's up guys, my name is JDCook5 and welcome back to an episode of the Create a Club series. Before we do get into this particular episode, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Before we do get into the full video, I wanted to discuss the poll that I recently did on my channel to decide what club I should choose next if I were to choose a club career mode. Predominantly, the vote did go for Tenerife, only a 2% or 3% roll on that particular one. So we are going to go for Tenerife. It was very level between St. Pauli and Tenerife. Many votes for Chelsea, a few votes for Strasbourg, and only one vote for Sampdoria. I appreciate everyone that did vote to be able to make the decision of who is going to be chosen for the next club career, but we will be going ahead with Tenerife. Sure, I'm sorry that it took a little while to be able to go over, but that is going to be the final decision, with the other clubs that may be taken in consideration after that particular career is finished, because we should be able to fit a decent amount of career modes in this particular game. But into the actual particular episode for the Create a Club series, we start off today with our youth tournaments. Always handy to do these, but I am in some sort of a stalemate with this as of the moment, for the simple fact is there's players that are probably going to be going up to the senior team to be able to get loaned, or players that aren't just simply good enough. One person that is currently on the ball right now that scored an amazing goal there to make it 1-1 is Lees. He is quite young, he's developing a fair bit to be honest, and he's got a very, very high potential. The highest potential in the actual youth academy at this moment in time. The simple fact is that he's probably too good to sit in the youth for X amount of time and then not get used. So if I can get it to where he is old enough, so once he's 16, I will be able to promote him to the senior team, and I should be able to get his services in and done so I can actually loan him out and actually get some development behind him. If I do promote him, obviously I'm not going to be able to play him. He's too low rated for that, and there's too many players in that sort of position because he plays in that sort of centre back and left back role. So there's too many players in that position to currently be able to fulfil that role in that sense. So I think the most simple thing is to be able to loan him out for a few seasons. I'm probably going to do it where I do it on a short loan for the moment in time, bring him back. Hopefully he's actually got some decent potential behind him, and then potentially loan him out to a better club or even a kind of same sort of level so he does get the game time. The only difference I have with, unfortunately, loan players is you can't actually show the games that they've played unless they're in your league. Then you don't see it whatsoever, which is really frustrating, and it's a feature that has been really underlooked by EA, in fairness, and hopefully that's corrected in time. But for the moment, we're going to have to stick with it for what it is. In this particular game against Barnsley, we really struggled ever since obviously going through a different few youth players. We've had Hassan obviously that we've got on loan. We've got Araujo that we've got on loan. A few different players that we've obviously kind of had come and go, and a few players that we've loaned out. We have actually struggled with this particular side because there's not a lot of high potential in this squad at the moment in time. So I think the best factor would be realistically is to get some more youth in. I've got the money to be able to get some more scouts. I'm probably going to use the same scouts as different locations, and that would probably be the most wise choice in that to be able to see what we can do before the end of the season. I don't think we're going to get many players in, or I don't think they're going to get much game time, but at the same time, if we can kind of get some decent potential in at a certain age where we might be able to loan them out or promote them on from the youth and then loan them out, then I think it would be a very good opportunity to do so. This game didn't really go in our way whatsoever. We was fighting back and forth with Barnsley, but for whatever reason it didn't really seem to work out whatsoever, and unfortunately they did snatch a goal right at the end there, as you can see, making it 5-4, and that was it for that particular fixture. It was really unfortunate, but unfortunately they got the final goal to be able to get the nail in the coffin, and means we are out of the first round. We've been knocked out a few times in the first round, and we've won the final a few times, so it's one of those, sometimes it's very inconsistent in the form that you can possess on the rush games, but at the same time I'm not really too fazed by it whatsoever, as long as the right players do get developed in time. Talking about development, we're going to be looking at the squad and seeing the different stats and so on about the different players, but as you can see, Tommy Lees is now going to be in the first team. He's got to the age of 16, so he should be able to go on loan as the January transfer window is round the corner. Now looking at the stats as a club in terms of the individual performances as goals and assists and so on, Austin Parkin still sits at the top with 12 goals in 21 games, bearing in mind he is obviously injured at the moment, not suspended. Zedin Yai sits behind with 8, Jairik George with 7, he's having a really good season so far, and Goy with 6 there, Alonso with 5, Reyes with a few goals. There's a few players that have had their part in this particular season, but predominantly it has been the same sort of faces. And for the assists, also Zedinjais right up there with 13 assists, Arango with 5, Hoverath with 4, Flores with 3 still injured, Parkin with 2 obviously injured, Vargas with 2. So there's a few players that do contribute. Again, it's the same sort of faces that have been on the stats on there. And one thing that I haven't really touched base on is the development sides in terms of what we do with the players. There's a few players that are on a certain rating that are going to be achieving a decent potential, it has to be said. Pizziganako currently 69 rating, on the edge of going to 70 rated, so he'll definitely be a player that we need to watch in time. He might become a first keeper past Benir, I'm not too sure, but I'll have to watch the development. Jamal Lewis is at that sort of age where he's not really developing quick enough, but again, a decent backup player. Tommy Lee's there, obviously he's going up to 50 rated very soon. Thomas Vargas, been very impressed with him so far, 71 rated. 10 weeks until he is put up to 72 rated with the role growth of a fullback. Morris doesn't get used, so obviously the potential there. And Marty's too old to really develop. Reyes is probably the highest rated player that we do have in the squad at the moment, being 78 rated with 22 weeks until being 79 rated, with a role growth of the plus on the ball playing defender, which is a very good thing to have. Harris doesn't get used enough to be able to go up the ratings, but he sits at a stalemate of 65 rated. Araujo, I've been really impressed with so far in terms of the rating. 69 rated with a 12-week waiting time to get up to 70, and he's got a lot of development there to go on from there, so I think he's going to be a pivotal centre-back for ourselves. But Bill, another player that can go up the ranks a decent amount, currently 66 rated, on the potential of going up to 67 in 13 weeks. Same for Bobby Gibbons, they're at the same sort of rating with him and Bill. Tyreek George is developing so quick, and that only means that I'm going to be paying a bigger fee once he does come off the loan move, currently nearly going on to 71 rated. Alikin is there, going up to 66 rated, not the highest rated player whatsoever, but sitting at 65 at the moment. He's still got a lot of development, being very young. Prince is at 27, 28 years old, so he's not really going to develop. Borges going on to 70 rated in 6 weeks' time in the game, so that will be very good to see. Obviously, he's got a lot of development to do, and he's a very good player within the squad. Rodriguez had a month injury, but he is looking to go up to 78 rated, which is very good to see. Hoverath is a bit of a stalemate. He's 24 years of age, but he's not really going up the rankings as much as I would like. Arango in the same sort of position as Borges, 69 rated, looking to go up to 70 rated in 10 weeks, which is always good to see. I think he's had a good season so far. Zedinjais, 78 rated, he'll be going on to, but it's going to take a while for him to do so, as he hasn't really got the highest of potential. Franzak doesn't really get the game time to be able to push up the rating, but 64 rated at the moment, with the potential of going up to 65 rating in the next amount of weeks. And Goy is the same sort of player. He's 68 rated at the moment, but doesn't really have the potential to be able to foresee that sort of level. Flores, they reckon he might go up and level up in 1 week for 74 rated, but I can't see that with him being injured. Same with Parkin, currently 68 rated, looking to go on to 69 rated when he does get back to full fitness, but that will take a while for that to do so. Charles, John and Alonso with good progress. Charles John is actually behind Alonso, which is really weird to see in fairness, because I thought John might excel to a really good player, but the loan move hasn't really worked out in his favour, and I am looking at bringing him back. Going on to the simulation game against MK Dons for our first game of the actual episode, we do get a victory, a 3-1 victory, being Araujo, Reyes and George Hill getting on the score sheet there to solidify a victory. 3 points on the road against the previous side that we did play in League 2, being Milton Keynes Dons. Hopefully we can kind of bring that form in further on into the episode and go from there. Zedinjais looks to continue his form with 13 assists, 23 matches being played, 0.56 assist average per game with a 7.6 average rating and 8 goals to his name. So he's having a very good season. Many people talking about Zedinjais as of the moment. And looking at the team of the week, also Tyreek, George, Araujo and Reyes made it into the team of the week there, making it 3 players for JD Cook FC to get it into the team of the week. Going into the first game that we are going to be playing in the episode, we faced Mansfield Town away from home, a team that we previously simulated a game against, unfortunately only came out with a point, so looking to be able to change the factor in this particular game and get all 3. Mansfield, a team that hasn't really been doing particularly well this season, haven't been struggling, but at the same time hasn't really been achieving any sort of goals whatsoever, so looking to be able to pounce on that and get all 3 points away from home, because that would be very good for our title challenge. Player to watch today is Zedinjais there, as you can see, a another moment there. He's being noted. It's been very good for himself. He's had an excellent season so far, and he's looking to continue that into the latter parts of the seasons and hoping to get promotion up into the Championship so he can showcase his skills even further forward. Looking at the lineup, Munir in goal, Reyes and Araujo as your centre-backs with Bobby Gibbons and Thomas Vargas as your defenders. As you can see in the midfield, Borges, Rodriguez and Arango make up the midfield with Zedanyais on the right and Goy up top and Tyreek George on the left-hand side. Obviously, in the previous episode, Austin Parkin did get injured, so we're going to be filling in striker roles between Renko Alonso and Julian Ngoy. It's going to be a tough task to face, that is for sure, but hopefully they can fill the big boot of Austin Parkin as we do commit a foul early on into the tie. Bobby Gibbons straight into the book for that particular one as the referee does offer out a yellow card, unfortunately, and it's only taken 6 minutes to do so. Free kick whipped in, not really a bad kind of ball into the box, but the header exactly wasn't pinpoint enough to be able to kind of challenge the keeper in at that moment in time. As we get 24 minutes into the tie, it's been a bit of a dead tie in fairness, nothing really happening whatsoever as Araujo makes a good challenge, putting it out for a throw-in. They throw it straight to Lewis, number 8 for Mansfield, looks for an opportunity to go back to Oates as he assesses his options there. He tries to go down the wing, Araujo making it hard for him, advantage being played on that particular opportunity as Evans has a chance now, the first big chance of the game coming in the 27th minute there as Vargas can't clear it, and another chance for Mansfield, but Munir not having to be brought into action in this point in time. But definitely good signs for Mansfield so far in this game as we reach the half an hour mark now, looking to create an opportunity as Zedanyais is played in by Bobby Gibbons, but he has to go back to Gibbons to go forward as Zedanyais picks it up. He finds Julian Ngoy, lovely ball to Zedanyais on the right hand side as he looks to be able to shift the play and create something for his side as he cuts in on the right. He looks to shoot, he hits the ball, but Ngoy follows it up with the rebound and he gets the goal in the half an hour mark, making it Mansfield Town 0, JD Cook FC 1, and Julian Ngoy gets on the score sheet there. Bit of a tap-in merchant he is, but will definitely take it in that moment in time. He's had a few goals this season, doesn't do anything special, but if he keeps getting amongst the goals, I am not fussed whatsoever. Great work from Zedanyais there to be able to cut in on the right and really make the difficulty for the defenders, and he definitely does that every single game. Keeper couldn't do anything in that moment in time. It was a good initial first save, but unfortunately the defenders couldn't follow up for the goalkeeper and they couldn't clear their lines. 37 minutes into the first half. It's been a bit of a weird game in fairness. No real chances created from either side. We've had a few chances, but nothing really special. And so with Mansfield, it's been a bit of an odd game. Very, very tame so far. Looking to be able to pick up the pace as we look to be able to win the ball off the defenders as they clear their lines. Reyes wins the header, nodding it onto his teammate Arango, and he just runs into the gap, and that's exactly what he needs to do. And he finds the back of the net to make it Mansfield Town 0, JD Cook FC 2, and it looks to be we're going to be heading into the break 2-0 up thanks to the efforts of Hugo Arango. Really good effort to be able to run in the gap. There was no need to be able to hesitate whatsoever. Just run into the gap and see what you can do from that sort of angle. Bit of a strange angle to hit it from, but he does really well in his left foot to be able to find the top corner, and that is precision made perfect from Hugo Arango in that moment in time. Complete capitulation from the defenders of Mansfield Town. Not too sure what they were doing in that moment in time. The actual formation is completely unknown. 1 minute they're playing 5 at the back, next minute they've got 3 at the back. Very, very strange. But we have got kick-off then from the first half still. Mansfield Town looking to be able to see if they can do something from the kickoff to be able to at least get a goal just before the half-time whistle has been blown as Lewis finds Maris on the right hand side. Not much support, but he finds Evans, number 11 for Mansfield Town, as he looks to switch the sides, finding Reed in the middle, back to Bakus there. Really good chance for Mansfield to get something from this as Oates looks to try and get onto the ball after a ball was launched into the box. JD Cook FC defenders can't deal with it, and it's Oates once again there, and Munir looks to be forced into a save, but he actually just goes to his near post and out. So this goes for a goal kick as we play it out from the back there. As you can see, Tyreek George winning the header, heading it on to Thomas Vargas. He finds Arago, who plays a lovely ball to Tyreek George on the left hand side, taking a heavy touch to run onto it as he skips past the defenders, using his pace there. He tries to get the shot off, he does that, but unfortunately a block made by the defenders, and it goes out for a corner kick. Last chance in the first half. Zedanyais whips the ball in there and Goy is there, but the header just straight wide. But we do go into the break 2-0 up at this moment in time, so we're in good stead, it has to be said. No real kind of cautions or worries worries about what could happen in the second half, because we look pretty comfortable. It's just the case if we can kind of lack concentration, then we might be in some sort of worry. But I don't think that's going to be happening in this tie, as Tyreek George makes a really good interception high up the pitch as he looks to challenge the Mansfield Town defenders. He looks to put a ball into the box for Julian Ngoy. Can't latch onto it, but Borges does. He takes the shot, but that's an easy save for the keeper as it goes straight into his hands. 14 minutes left to play in the tie. The second half has been very, very tame. Similar to the first half, in fairness. Nothing really created whatsoever. Reyes brought into life in that moment in time as he makes a very solid block, finding Rodriguez in the middle. Borges now found as he looks for an option. Zedin Yais solidified in that moment, so he finds Julian Ngoy, who then finds Zedin Yais. And Ngoy making a run as he looks to be able to play an overlooping ball. And Ngoy nearly latched onto it, but it's not to be on that occasion, as Mansfield Town remain back into possession as Lewis picks it out on the right hand side. Number 8 for Mansfield Town finds Bakus there. Really good opportunity for Mansfield Town to do something in this moment as Evans picks up the ball, but a very good challenge from the JD Cook FC defence there as Tyreek George picks it out on the left hand side, tries to find Arango, and he does eventually there as he nods it on. Really good chance for us to get a third and final goal in this tie. It's Julian Ngoy for a chance, and he is denied by the keeper. But Zedin Yais, and now Ngoy, and he hits the post from an open goal. How he's done that, I am not too sure, but it's not fast whatsoever. We've taken the 3 points, and that's what means most. Really, really good first half meant we was able to get 2 goals thanks to Hugo Arango and Julian Ngoy, and that was that in that particular fixture. Nothing special whatsoever. The defensive duties were carried out, the midfield duties were carried out, and the attacking duties were carried out, and that's exactly what we need to be able to get our 3 points and continue on our League One title destiny in this time. And as you can see, we've got another moment from Munir to be able to mention how good he has been at the moment. At the top of the clean sheet chart, a big credit goes to defenders. 9 clean sheets, 21 games, 14 goals conceded, 7.2 average rating with a transfer value of 850,000. We did pick him up on a free, bearing in mind, but he is probably one of those players that will retire with us in time. Bearing in mind, he has signed a new contract, so he is with us for next season, whether we start him or whether we don't. Hovrath being asked to be able to play. Haven't really worked out the squad as of the moment, and I have preferred Hugo Arango in that sort of position, but Hovrath can offer us a fair bit. It's just whether he turns up on the day. But we've got a big game now against Lincoln City away from home. Previously in the home fixture, they did unfortunately come out victorious with a 1-0 victory thanks to the efforts of House. Looking to change the way in this particular tie, and we know what we need to do differently, that is for sure. It's one of those ones where if we just need to kind of get straight onto it and just kind of not give them too much of the ball, really kind of push them now and really do something in this tie. We are the best defensive side, 17 goals conceded against us all season compared to Barnsley's 21 that are second, and this is the lineup though. Munir in goal, Reyes and Amasi centre backs as Amasi comes in for Araujo, the Bill on the right hand side coming in for Gibbons as Vargas keeps his place on the left hand side. Ali Cans, Rodriguez and Hovrath as in the midfield as we grant his wish with Zedin Yais, Alonso and Tyreek George on the left hand side. Alonso fitting in for Julian Ngoy to see if he can offer something different in that striker role. 9 minutes into the tie, Lincoln City look full of confidence as Draper picks it out on the left hand side. Opportunity to find Smith, and he is found. He looks to turn the defender, but Reyes is too strong for him in that moment in time. And we find Alakaniz then as he looks to offload it to Zedin Yais on the right hand side. Good ball to Zedin Yais as he's got options, one of them being Alonso. He has to go over to Hovrath though as he picks it out. He touches really well there. He makes the keeper but enforced it into a big save, and that is the end of that particular attack. But good signs so far early on in the first half as we continue on. 24 minutes being played. Thomas Vargas has his work cut out on the left hand side as he's been pulled from pillar to post there in that moment in time as Hamilton looks to pick it out on the right hand side, finding his fullback. He runs into the box. Why he's backheeled it, I'm not too sure. He should have taken the shot, but still a good chance here. And Munir forced into a big save once again there in that moment in time, and it goes out for a goal kick. I reckon if he were to have shot and actually backheeled it, he would have had a better chance of scoring, but it's not to be the case unfortunately as Reyes looks to make an attacking move in the half an hour mark of the first half. No real chances created from JD Cook FC so far, similar to the home fixture, just effortless, just nothing really creative whatsoever as Thomas Vargas makes a good interception going back to the keeper as the keeper goes back to Vargas. Really good 1-2 in fairness as Tyreek George is found on the left hand side, ball being played into Rodriguez as he picks it out, looks to skip past the defenders, he finds Alonso, really good chance from Alonso, and he's taken his chance. The boy that signed on a free that we didn't even think would play seems to be grabbing the goals left, right and centre. It's Lincoln City 0, JD Cook FC 1. I wouldn't say it's deserved whatsoever. Both teams could have probably easily gone in at 0-0 at the half, but we'll definitely take that moment in time. I've taken our chance. Really good goal from Alonso, to be honest. He got in a really good position to be able to skip past the defenders, and he hits it nice and calmly on his left foot, just positioning it really well and out of the keeper's reach. 3 minutes left to play in the half. Lincoln City would ideally like to get a goal before the half to make things easier in the second, but that is easier said than done as they look to create an opportunity in the middle of the park. As they see on the right hand side, they try and do something there, but Rodriguez makes a good block. Now Hovrath on the ball, finding Alakaniz. Zedanyais in support as he is found on the right hand side as he runs onto the ball. He latches onto it perfectly, he cuts in on the right, he does some skills. Zedanyais! Oh, that is a top save made by the Lincoln City keeper as they look to clear their lines, and they've definitely done so, and the half-time whistle has been blown. Into the second half we go as Lincoln City start proceedings in this tie as we make a quick interception with Zedanyais looking to play Alonso in. He tries to latch onto the ball, he does get a touch, but it's not enough. But Hovrath gets a touch, he finds Alonso once again. It's Alonso! And it just strays wide. As you can see, we thought we scored that. The boss man is not happy whatsoever, but unfortunately that goes out for a goal kick. Chance wasted in the second half to go 2-0 up as we look to be able to see if we can go on our defensive duties now as Bayliss picks it out in the middle. Opportunity to play in Draper. It's a lovely ball to Draper, and the shot just dragged wide there as it hits the side netting. Unfortunate stuff from Lincoln City, but they are growing into the game in the second half. And Kaniz makes a really good interception there as he tries to get onto the third one, but he can't. He's taken out. No foul given as Macaulay picks it out on the left hand side. He looks to find Draper and he is found. Many opportunities to find House and he looks to play it in. He skips past the defenders. He looks to play it into Hamilton. What a ball to Hamilton. Munir comes out, but it is not enough to deny Hamilton in that moment in time. And Lincoln City draw level in this tie. It's Lincoln City 1, JD Cook FC 1. Hamilton firing his side back into the tie after a lacklustre first half. Seems to have brightened up in the second half. There are some wise words from the manager, and that is a very good effort to beat Munir. He had to rush out. He had no chance but to do so, and he's seen that he's rushed out, and he just puts it past him, and there's no denying that one whatsoever. And as you can see, we have recalled Charles John. He's back on the pitch, and we're going to praise him for Reiko Alonso just to change things up as Borges comes on for Alakaniz, and then Hovrath off the pitch for Ibrahim Welch. Try and give some players some minutes and see if they kind of prove their worth. I didn't show that we actually recalled Charles John, but I realised that he hasn't gone up in rating whatsoever this season. Still staying at 61 rated. I think we can do much better with that, even with the small game time that I could possibly offer in the months where Austin Parkin is injured. And straight opportunity, Zedanyais plays it on the right. Charles John with his first touch, and his first touch turns into his first goal of the season. It's Lincoln City 1, JD Cook FC 2, and that man, Charles John, he played in the League 2 all season, kind of matching up with Austin Parkin. I know he copped a big injury and obviously was out for a remainder, giving Austin Parkin a big chance, but this chance now falls to Charles John in League 1. We've recalled him from Paris FC, and what a finish that is on his left foot. That first touch on the ball, and he's put it into a goal. Great ball from Zedanyais to be able to put it into the middle, and he now makes it 2-1 to JD Cook FC. What an impact sub that is, and as you can see, we're very, very happy with that particular move as Lincoln City get themselves restarted for once again in the second half as Bibil was brought into action, defensive duties there as he looked to be able to clear his lines, and Martin sticking a foot out, putting it onto Bibil, and Zedanyais picks it out on the right hand side. Good opportunity to stride forward for Zedanyais as a USA international there. Looks to try and see if he can get a ball into the area. He's very on his own at the moment. The ball is whipped in. Charles John with an acrobatic effort, but it falls to Rodriguez, but it is blocked and it does go out for a corner kick. Chance still there for JD Cook FC as Zedanyais looks to step over the corner and create an opportunity for his side. Ball whipped in. Vargas is there, but he looks to clear his lines as we try and latch onto it. But Lincoln City now going some sort of attack, and as you can see, there's not many defenders back whatsoever. Bibil trying to cover his lines and try and make it difficult for the Lincoln City attacker. He finds Draper, but what a challenge that is from Amati, getting back from one end to the other. That is top stuff there from Daniel Amati. Captain sort of stuff, and Ibrahim Welch now latches onto the ball with creating opportunities. He looks to skip past the defenders using some sort of pace. He finds himself in a great position and he gets the goal. It's Lincoln City 1, JD Cook FC 3. The final nail in the coffin from Ibrahim Welch as he celebrates in front of the travelling fans. What a moment that is for himself. He hasn't featured that much recently, but he gets the goal there to make decisions that little bit harder for ourselves, and that's a very good finish, it has to be said. Pivotal in League 2. I know he copped an injury once again in League 2, but again he still proves his worth in League 1. With a few minutes left to spare in this tie, Even if they were to get back, it would only be a consolation goal, but I can't see it whatsoever as Daniel Amati makes a good interception, looking to play it down the byline as Bill latches onto it there, as you can see, but a heavy touch unfortunately loses out on play as Lincoln City get back on the ball. We're just trying to see the game out. I would have liked to have kept a clean sheet, but that's not to be the case. So if they were to score again, I'm not too fast as there wouldn't be enough time. But Draper tries to get something going there, but he can't do anything as he loses out on the ball. The ball would go out for a goal kick, but the referee has seen enough. Full-time whistle has been blown, and JD Cook FC with a vital 3 points on the road, rectifying that defeat that we previously had at home, and that is a very, very good result against a top side that's been in the playoff for the majority of the season. Really happy to see the performances put in. It's really nice to see Charles John back in the side and back in the scoring boots there. Really, really good stuff from Charles John as he celebrates with the travelling fans and he claps them and he applauds them as he walks off the pitch. Hoverath very thankful for using him in that particular game, and Morris now commenting on the games that he hasn't really received as of late. But in all fairness, it's just one of those. I can't play every player, and unfortunately he just had such a high role that he's just demanding such big game time. And now into the January transfer window, we have an offer for Jamal Lewis, a poor transfer fee, and offering us a left mid that I'm clearly not interested in. I don't need a left mid at this moment in time, so really not interested in the services of Samuel Grandsir. I did actually look at any fullback options they had to be able to see if we can do a straight swap for Jamal Lewis and maybe a fee with included, but at the end of the day there just wasn't really anyone. Unfortunately the squad that's offering the actual fee itself is not exactly the biggest of squads, so we are just going to go with a straight transfer fee. He's got a market value of 1.3 million, but I reckon I can get 1.5. We submit the offer, and it should be that the deal is accepted, and the representative of Harv has been able to accept it, and it's just down to Jamal Lewis. Now, from promoting into the youth to the senior team, we have found a loan move for Tommy Lees, and he will be going out to Red Star FC for 6 months, and we should see him back next season. And Jamal Lewis was quite happy to accept the deal. He's been a player that's been good for us in League 2, but he demanded so much game time, and Thomas Vargas has been 10 times better than him. He's featured a fair bit, Jamal Lewis, but just not enough, and he's been kind of banging on about it a fair bit. We could have got 1.8 million, but I'm not really fussed about that few thousand. As much as he didn't really play, I still need someone to play in that sort of role. I can't rely on Thomas Vargas all the time. He could get suspended, he could get injured, I'm not too sure. So it requires me to go out and get a replacement. And one person I found on the free agent list is Balo Torre. I think he actually played for a top team at one point. I might be I'm not too sure who. I think AC Milan. I know he's got a high wage. I think his recommended wage was 40,000, which I was not paying whatsoever. So I've gone with 20,000, and he's quite happy to take a pay cut, which I'm really surprised in seeing. And Balo Torre will be a JD Cook FC player. He will wear number 25 shirt for the remainder of the season that we have got to play out from January to around May, and that is a good signing for ourselves. He's got a lot of experience, not a lot of development, don't get me wrong, but we're pretty much relying on Thomas Vargas to release the potential that he has got in his career. Then Balo Torre through the doors, a free agent. We love a free agent, so we've made a 1.5 million profit on Jamal Lewis because we signed him for a free, and then we replaced him with another free agent. 71 rated, not so bad whatsoever, and he will definitely make for a good squad player and so the odd bit of competition for Vargas. As we go into another fixture, Preston North End in the FA Cup now, we're facing a championship side. Looking forward to this particular fixture, that is for sure. Coming into the final game of the episode, bearing in mind, but it is a very good one to be able to round off. I'm looking forward to this particular game. I know that we're not really going to pursue our FA Cup journey that much, but I thought it'd be worth giving a game against themselves. Pizziganako in goal there as he is our cup keeper. Gibbons on the right, Araujo and Reyes as centre backs, as Vargas on the left hand side. Prince Rodriguez and Arango in the middle with Zed and Yais, Charles John and Julian Ngoy on the left hand side. A lot of change in this side. We're facing a good team in Preston North End. I'm not too sure how they're doing in the championship from this moment on, but we're definitely willing to give some sort of competition to the championship outfit. Stay cool, stay calm, and as you can see, the team are rounding up to see what they can do, and hopefully they can kind of put this team on to decent things. You can see Arango leading the line on the team talk, and I'm really liking to see that. Even though he hasn't got the captain's armband on this particular fixture, he seems to be giving some sort of togetherness with the side there, and as you can see, Preston doing the exact same thing. So let's waste no time and let's get straight into this fixture. And we're looking to bring the heat against Preston North End, but they are on the ball at this moment in time from a throw-in. McCann finds Potts on the right-hand side as he skips past Ngoy. He looks to create an opportunity to get past Vargas. He kind of gets past Vargas, but he plays the ball to Keane. That's a lovely ball there, but Pizzicanako too quick off his feet for the Preston North End striker, and Reyes kind of picks up the pieces, and that is the end of that particular attack as Preston look to carry on the left hand side. Best plays in Holmes on the left hand side. Good opportunity to stride forward as Reese picks it up there. Good play from Preston so far, and the passing is very smooth as Keane has found the number 15 there, but once again stopped in his tracks by the mighty defence of JD Cook FC as we look to go on the attack now. Isaac Pritz finding Arango in the middle. Opportunity to find Julian Ngoy on the left hand side. He is being found. He cuts in. He takes the hit. Very good save, but Zedenias with the rebound, and JD Cook FC lead. It's JD Cook FC 1, Preston North End 0, and Zedenias once again amongst the goals off the rebound in that moment in time. Unlucky for Julian Ngoy, and he does so well to cut on the right hand side and get the shot off. But Zedenias was there to pick up the pieces, and at least it's resulted in a goal and not just a corner kick or a goal kick. Really, really good stuff to see, and we are competing against a championship side, which is always nice to see in itself. So hopefully that will continue on, and we just need to up our form if we want to kind of continue on with the pace and so on, because Preston North End are definitely going to give us a game. But in the first half, it was pretty tame, nothing really creative whatsoever. That was our only chance, and we took it. And in the second half, we create another chance, and then you take it. It's Charles John that gets the second. It's JD Cook FC 2, Preston North End 0, straight off the kickoff. It felt like a bit of a glitch. It was way too easy for Charles John to be able to get the shot off, but he has done it and he's got his goal. 2-2 for John in that moment in time, and what a moment that is for himself. A lovely ball floating over the top from Julian Ngoy. It meets his foot, he smacks it straight into the bottom corner, and the keeper and defenders are left questioning what is happening in this tie as they're losing to a League One side. As we continue on there, Preston North End get themselves kicked off, but a lovely interception there, as you can see, as Arango gets in possession. He looks to take the shot, but he's going to offload it to the right hand side, being Zedenias. Tries to get a ball into the area, but Zedenias can't do so, but he does win a throw-in as he looks to pick up the ball and throw it straight away as Isaac Prince is being found. He finds Rodriguez with the hit there, and that is a good save made by the Preston North End keeper as they look to clear their lines from Preston there. Try to win the ball when we do exactly that. Araujo wins the header, heading it onto Arango. Prince with the ball once again. He tries to take the shot, unsuccessful in the attempt as Zedenias picks it up. What a ball that is, and Arango is there for the shot, and it's JD Cook FC that take a 3-goal lead. It's JD Cook FC 3, Preston North End 0, and that surely should be the icing on top of the cake, you'd say, because what a moment that is for ourselves as a club. I thought the attack was done for, but Zedenias just picks that Arango. What a ball that is. The finish is pretty poor in fairness, but at the end of the day it's beating the keeper, and that's all I care, and that is a very, very good move by the team. That's sort of one of those, it's like a training kind of drill. Really, really happy to see, and we've still got a lot of this game to play. Only in the 53rd minute, Preston North End looking to go up the other end and create an opportunity, but that is very good defensive duties. We have to go out for a corner nevertheless, but that is very good stuff from the boys there, kind of pushing the attackers out and doing what we do best in the defence there as they get the short from the corner, trying to get the ball into the area, but Isaac Prince strong in the tackle. He can't clear his lines though as Holmes picks it back up, and Prince can only concede another corner there, as you can see, as Holmes steps over the corner. They're not going to play it short this time. They're going to put a ball into the area as the ball is whipped in there. Vargas tries to deal with it, but he can't. As you can see, it's kind of scrambling in the area, and Pizzicanako forced into a big save, and he does latch onto it eventually after a header from the Preston North End attacker, and that will be it for that particular attack as we do make some substitutions. Then Franzak and Ibrahim Welch coming on for Zedenias and Arango, who do leave the pitch. Very, very good games from themselves, both with a goal, and it's nice to be able to give some other players some more minutes as we reach the 65th minute in this tie. It's pretty much done and dusted, but at the same time, we still got a job to do, and it could change at any moment in time with another chance for Preston North End there. A ball to Keane there. He tries to get the shot off, but too much pressure from Aranjo leaves him just effortless. It's so strange to see a team being pulled apart so easy, but we definitely take it as Franzak tries to get a ball on the right hand side, but he's not skillful enough to get past. Bobby Gibbons with a lovely challenge there, looking to offload it to anyone who's making a run. As you can see, not many in support, but Charles John is being one of them. He takes the chance, he takes the shot, and he is denied twice. Ibrahim Welch, and that is top saves by the keeper. How he's managed that, I'm not too sure, but after that we do make some more substitutions there. Charles John and Israel Reyes coming off the pitch for Morris and Reiko Alonso as we switch things up with 20 minutes left to play, and we have got a corner kick. Rodriguez looks to whip in the corner whipped in there. Morris latches onto it, but that is a top save made by the goalkeeper. But that is it for that particular fixture. We do come victorious through to the next round, the fourth round of the FA Cup, thanks to the efforts of Arango, Zedin Yais and Charles John. What a moment that is for the team. Really, really good stuff. The squad were absolutely impeccable throughout the whole game. Couldn't absolutely fault them whatsoever. The defence was top tip. The midfield was really, really good in offering the attacking options, and the attack did what they needed to do. With the last game, a simulation game, and it is in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy where we face Barnsley, and it is a knockout fixture. And as you can see, we actually won on penalties, 4-1 on penalties. Vargas did get a goal to be able to put it over to penalties, and we didn't miss absolutely one. Only one being scored from Barnsley, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you get through, it just matters that you do. So into the next round, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm mistaken, that puts us through to the semi-final of the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. But looking at the table, things are looking very, very comfortable for ourselves. Looking down the pecking order, there's many teams that are struggling, and many teams in that sort of way where are level on points with the relegations there. As you can see, it's very, very tight. Apart from Northampton that are on 13 points and Salford City that are on 18, there's not many teams there, as you can see, that are going to get out the relegation drop. I think realistically they're going to be staying at the bottom. But looking at the top there, we are sitting nice and pretty in first. Played 25, won 19, drawn 4 and lost 2. Currently sitting on 61 points, 10 points ahead of Sheffield Wednesday. And we've got a game in hand yet, so that could be 13 points. So all is good as at the moment. Really, really looking forward to kind of rounding off the season. Obviously, we're in January at the moment, so we've still got plenty of games to go. But until that point, that is the end of this particular episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.